Good morning, sunshines. Is it working? My internet is shiced this morning. Like I couldn't even send text messages. It was so bad. So, ta-da, we're doing it. Happy Wednesday, hump day, whoop whoop. I haven't heard that for a while. I even have a camel shirt that said happy hump day. So I feel like I should be wearing that right now. Dang it, I'll go change. No, I won't. I don't have time. We're doing a video right now, you guys. We're doing our miracle morning together. Thank you for joining us. If this is a rewatch later on, write rewatch and write good morning sunshine. If it's your first time on, drop a 1 so I know it's your first time. Good morning, Auntie Evie. Good morning, Michelle. So you guys are writing if it's your first time a 1, and otherwise, just go with the flow like we always do and write your good morning sunshine. So what we do is we practice pretty much every weekday our morning routine to set ourselves up for a powerful day, for a powerful presence, for a great attitude, for happiness, even when life is happening to us, right? And we run through our savers. We talked about that before, that were provided by Hal Elrod, so specific and so such a good, easy format for us to follow, being our silence, our affirmations, our visualization, our exercise, and then our reading and writing, right? And each day we kind of talk about a piece of that as well as another subject. So first things first is your good morning sunshine. And then your gratitude, we always start off by sharing our gratitudes. And I'm grateful to come back in for my team call. Well, I'm always grateful on my team call days because this group of people get up before 6 in the morning to jump on a call to just learn about how to be better at what we do, which is so cool. And then I got to have a one-on-one conversation with a coach. I'm thankful for that. It was awesome. And I don't even know if this is working, like no more names are coming through and it doesn't say live or not live or like pending. So I'm just going to keep talking because it's fun. So I'm thankful for that. And then I'm thankful that when I came inside, my little boy was like all ready for his last day of school and he wasn't sure if he wanted to go or not. Like kids just don't want to go to their final days of school. I don't understand. Like that's where the fun's at, right? And getting to take him up to the bus stop and just his excitement for the day, his excitement for just everything that he has going on. I'm grateful to watch that in his heart. So I really can't interact with any of you guys because I honestly don't have any idea if my internet's working. So I'm just going to keep talking. All right. And then today, since it's Wednesday, we focus on visualization. And what I would love for you guys to do is share a vision that you have of yourself and the success you want to step in any arena of life. That could be in your job, in your health, in your relationships, whatever, but something that you see and you like when you see it, it's like it's in a frame. It's in this like perfect, not a Disney movie, because those Disney movies are not perfect. Like they're up and down all over the place, right? But like this, like the epitome of whatever that would be for you, and start seeing and feeling that vision on a more regular basis, right? And I love this because it ties into what I wanted to talk about today. And that's really about what's your glass ceiling. And if this isn't working, I guess I'm talking to myself. If this isn't working, I'll go back and watch and I'll just redo this afterwards because I don't know if I'm cutting in and out or anything since I can't see anything. Oh, hello. Nope. Like all of a sudden, like 800 things just went up. I don't even know what y'all said because it went so fast. So beautiful. Okay, so it's something that I was thinking about. I was going to do a conversation about making sure you take time with friends. You guys, last night, gratefulness, I got to just spend 3 or 4 hours with my BFF, which I don't, like sometimes life gets so busy. Do you guys ever notice that you don't take time for those small moments of connectedness? And it was such a great night. So just love to be connected in that setting. But we were having conversations around different things. And she actually reminded me that I had asked her something a while back. And I said, hey, so in your job, because I just know like where financial stresses and stuff come from. And I was like, so in your job, like how long is it going to take you to be making over 6 figures, like around $120,000 a year? Like how long does that take you in your industry? And like she kind of looked at me like I was crazy, like that's not a possibility in my industry. And I'm thinking like we went to DU, we spent a lot of money on our education, like you want to even like just recoup that amount, like what's the possibility for a higher level of income and less stress? And this isn't all just about money, you guys, by the way, but like where was that possible for you? And I know when I was like, since I was little, I think like 7th grade, I was voted future CEO. Like I knew that I always wanted to be in business. I knew, whatever reason in my brain, I always wanted to earn six figures. I think I was following suit of what I saw entrepreneurs pursue, and some different levels of income that I was exposed to, that's something that I knew that I always wanted. So what I did is, at that point of belief, is I started to create a bit of my own glass ceiling. And that's gonna be the point of this video, okay? So, and morning to everybody, you guys. My video is not working well, so I can't tell who's jumping on. So thank you guys for being here. Share your good morning sunshine, share your gratitude. But I started to create this little bit of a glass ceiling of like, so my potential, like my brain always saw like, okay, so when I'm making 120, that'll be about like, right, that'll be about the good amount, right? And it wasn't, and this has changed since, but it wasn't like exposed to earning more income than that. Like, could I contribute so much in the world that I could actually be earning more based upon my contribution, a higher level, because I created my own glass ceiling. And usually that happens, and once again, this is not just all money, but usually that happens, oh you guys, all of your your high fives and your hearts all exploded at once. So all I see is high fives and hearts all over. This is the best ever. I wish I could screenshot it. But I have to do it with my nose and my one hand. It's super funny. So I created this glass ceiling, and what you guys may have done is based upon your exposure to what your parents did, what your family did, the level of success that you're around, who you went to school with, a neighborhood that you were in, whatever it is. It's like that nature versus nurture, right? Like the situation that you were in, low battery, no worries, could have created a mindset for you of, this is what's normal, and I'm normal, so I can make $40,000. Or this is what's normal, it's $27,000 a year, or this is what's normal in the income world, right? And you might have created a, let's just say like that glass ceiling, a cap potential for yourself based on your belief, just because of what other people do around you. And the whole point of this video is going to be that you literally are the one who creates your own glass ceiling, because the abundance that's in the world in everything is just, it's so, I mean, there's no expansion that we need to do upon that, right? There is abundance in the world, and it's about whether or not we want to make the effort of changing our mindset, changing ourselves to run after that next level and bust through whatever that ceiling is. So to wrap up the financial one would be, if you've created that for yourself and you're like, I'm consistently stressed about finances, I'm in a position where I'm never gonna make more than $40,000 a year, and my bills are more than that, I've accumulated this much debt, my husband and I are fighting all the time because of money, whatever's going on. My favorite, there are other opportunities out there. Just so you guys know, there are tons of other opportunities out there for you to create a different level of success and income to avoid those financial stresses. You're the one saying you can't do it. You're the one putting the cap on it. And I get it. Like, if you do something that you're passionate about and the cap amount of income is whatever, there's things that you could do on the side where you could relieve some of that financial stress. It's kind of like this or that game of like, where would you prefer to be? So that's just one example of a glass ceiling, because people, it makes sense, the financial glass ceiling, right? But it's not just finances, it's everything in your life. So think about your relationships, okay? Your marriage or your relationship with your significant other. There's a certain standard that you've created in your mind, in your head, that's probably been built by watching your parents' relationship, your family's relationship, your friends' relationships with their people. And there's this idea and this mindset that that's normal. And if I have that, then I'm normal, and that's just okay. That is what it is. We fight this amount. We don't like to do this together. We're in this, like, we're always over here, like, arguing about that, like whatever. And I'm just making stuff up. Like, yours could be all perfect and beautiful, right? That's not what it's about. But there's some level of, this is marriage, this is relationships, and this is my glass ceiling of happiness or connectedness or alignment in a relationship. And you're the one who sets that. You're the one who decides what that looks like. and either doesn't like, and I don't even want to say the word settle because it's not like you're settling, you're choosing this is as happy as we get to be. You know what? We're so lucky that we even get to be this happy because I know these people who are way less happy, or these people over here like that, like they don't even compare to what we've got, right? I'm normal like everybody else, right? Okay, so relationships. What what about your health? We always go into that piece, right? Like, I know a lot of people have said before, because I've worked with a lot of people in the health industry, that they're like, you know what? This is just as good as it's gonna get for me. That's as much as it's gonna get. Like, Heather, I get to read a couple messages. Finally, I love you too. I miss you. All of a sudden, I'm like getting to read through some of these, you guys. Thank you so much. But this is as good as it gets for me. Like, I had one client, you guys, love. This is one of my favorite situations. She had a baby at 42, I think. So she was in her 40s, and she was trying everything. She was doing personal training 3 times a week. She was like, she's doing all that she can. And then she had this moment of, like, in women, you guys know what I'm talking about, like where you're like crying in your closet, just like, oh my God, none of my clothes fit. Like, I'm just gonna succumb to the fact that this is me. This is my glass ceiling. This is as good as it gets for me because I had babies, I had kids, I'm older, like I can't lose anymore. Like, that's great that you can look like that, or you can do that, or you can have that energy, or you can be a morning person, but I can't because I create that glass ceiling for myself, right? And she came to me at that point and was just like, this is what happens when you're a 40-year-old and you have a baby in your 40s. And it wasn't something I was willing to accept. Like, I wanted to create a different glass ceiling for her because there's always like your next, like you're like, oh, okay, so I got to this point. And together we worked together. Love you. Have a great day. I'll talk to you after this. And I think it was 28 pounds, 24 inches, 8 weeks later, less workouts, no personal training, and a 6-pack. Like, she created, there's this false glass ceiling that was there, that all we had to do was make a decision, create a plan, and bust through it, right? So where in your life have you created a glass ceiling? Is it with your finances? Is it with your relationships? Is it in your health? Is it in your level of happiness? Like, I can ho-hum my way through it because that's as good as it gets, and that's okay. And where do you actually want to bust through it? Like, if you can have the recognition that you're able to bust through it, you guys, then you can take the next step to decide that's not as good as it gets. This is not as good as it gets for me. I have to be willing to get uncomfortable. I have to be willing to try some new things. I have to be willing to put in effort because nothing just shows up on your doorstep without effort, right? Like, you have to have action to create that reaction. But knowing that, what could you create in your life? And the coolest thing to me is when I'm working with people and we go, and myself too, personally, you guys, where we go from one level to the next. And when you achieve that goal and you're like, I cannot believe I did it. Like, I can't believe that I went from making 40,000 to 100,000. I can't believe that I went from, 160 down to 140, whatever it is. Like, I did it. I'm so excited. Like, I busted through the glass ceiling, and then all of a sudden, we create a new one. We're like, okay, so this is the new me. But when you bust through once, you guys, it's so much easier to bust through again, because then you get to this point, and especially in my fitness world, so many of you guys have gone from losing 50 pounds to doing fitness shows, because when you realize that you created that false glass ceiling before and you broke through it, that the next limitation that you put on yourself is just that. It's a limitation that you put on yourself. And you decide, my next goal is freaking even crazier, and it's way over that glass ceiling. Now, I'm not just gonna earn that, I'm gonna earn that. I'm not just gonna have that physique, I'm gonna have this level of energy. I'm not gonna have that type of relationship, I'm gonna have the relationship people wanna write novels about, right? So all of that is your choice to create. And that's what we talked about today, guys. Busting through your glass ceilings. Where do you have one in your life? Review it, look at it, see what you could do about taking that away, removing your limitations, and go out there and do the work and put in the effort of finding that next thing for yourself. So thank you guys so much for sharing this Wednesday with me. Happy Hump Day. It is summer officially at 2 p.m. So we are going to party like it's 1990. Tomorrow morning, and make sure you guys share your, and you guys probably already did, but your gratefuls and a vision that you have, a vision that's above that false ceiling that you created for yourself. Okay, now I'm rambling. Gotta go. Good morning, sunshine. See you soon. I can't stop the video. Guys, I can't stop the video. It's okay. I'm gonna put my phone down and push a button